Good evening, viewers, and welcome once again to 60 minutes of Zalendo. Now, today we are going to dwell with the politics that is happening in Nairobi. Now, there's a lot that is happening in Nairobi, and I want us to take just a few minutes, and that is the 60 minutes that will analyze the politics that is happening in Nairobi. I hope you're all well, wherever you are. You're waking up in the morning, ready to build the nation. And we are also fine, although very, very cold, as you can see me with my Maasai shuka. It is freezing out here. But well, we have to do what we have to do to give you the stories that are making headlines. And some of them, maybe you've come across them. Some of them could be rumors and speculation, but they are authentic. Whatever you see here on 60 Minutes, it's exactly what is happening in the political arena. So I want us to take a deep look into our politics. And once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 60 Minutes with Mzalendo, right here on Afrique 24. If you have not subscribed on Afrique 24, make sure you go to the YouTube page and subscribe. That is the only way you motivate us to be coming and here and giving you this story and some of our programs that are within Africa 24. If you love football, then this is the place where you need to be to see the analysis every other Monday of soccer in Dimbala, Africa. But politics, this is the home of fresh politics, the home where we predict what is going to happen. We predicted the last general election, and we will continue predicting what is going to happen in 2027. As the days are shaping up, if elections were held today, I'm telling you, William Ruto's government will have a lot of trouble. They have got 1 year to prove themselves right. But let's go back to our main story today, and that is the Nairobi politics. The, and there's a lot happening in Nairobi politics, and tonight we are going to go deep into what is happening in the landscape of Kenyan politics under the broad-based government framework. Two key stories that are shaping up in the political arena. First is in Nairobi. Speculation is growing that the former governor, Dr. Evans Kidero Daktari, is plotting a comeback for that seat, setting a stage for what could be a dramatic 2027 gubernatorial race. Remember we have Babu Owino there. There are some rumors that Sifuna might be also behind the same seat. But what I know right now is that Evans Kidero could also be behind that particular seat. And Babu Owino, we analyze that is also in the race. Will he reclaim this seat? Who stands in his way? So we look at who stands in the way of Dr. Evans Kidero. Plus, maybe I will touch on what is happening in Vihiga. That it seems to be a done deal with the governor's seat set to fall vacant. The incumbent has already done 2 terms. Raila Odinga has already thrown his weight behind Geoffrey Osotsi, sidelining other hopefuls like George Aladwa. George Aladwa was told to go back to Nairobi. I don't know whether he will be still vying for Makadara seat or he will upgrade to Senate. We wait and see. There's a lot of rumors that Aladwa will probably go for Sifuna's seat if Sifuna continues to differ with ODM policies. Likely is going to be kicked out. But this is a done deal. This is a done deal. For Otsotsi, it's a done deal. If you are looking for the ODM ticket in Vihiga, boss, hiyo mambo imekwisha. So Vihiga story yake imekwisha. or we are about to witness another political storm within ODM. We'll break it down to you to a language that you understand best. I'm your host, kama kawaida, Zalendo, and make sure that you have also subscribed to the channel so that you can be getting some of these top stories, even as we analyze what is happening in the political scene. Make sure you also give us the subscription, the likes, and all that. Now we go to what is happening in Nairobi, and I want to start by analyzing Daktari Evans Kidero. Now, for many who know Daktari very well, is a good friend of mine, and I know he tried the Homa Bay seat but lost to Honorable Gladys Wanga. So he's probably trying his luck this time round to come back uh, to an area where he's very familiar. So Evans Kidero, a man who has been in the city, is rumored to be coming back. His time in office had got mixed controversy. Under his leadership, we saw significant road infrastructure also, and attempts to streamline revenue collection. I think under Evans Kidero's tenure, there was some good job that he did there in terms of revenue collection. His time in office, of course, a lot of scandals were also there. He faced a lot of he's facing a lot of court cases, and Nairobi will be. I don't know whether they are over. You will tell me on the comment section whether you think that Kidero is the right man to beat Sakaja. Now, with Nairobi's political space more divided than ever, Kidero might just see an opportunity. But will Nairobians give him a second chance? Nyinyi watu wa Nairobi, watu wa jiji, mtapatia Kidero nafasi tena awaongoze mnaweza patia Kidero ama mtabaki na Sakaja ule Mr. Dimples wanasema hajafanya kazi vizuri sana. Sakaja, the city governor, is facing challenges uh, with uh, uh, with his own with the MCAs of his political party. Again, with MCAs from the ODM side, you've seen Robert Alai criticizing Sakaja many times. Could Kidero use these weaknesses to his advantage? Then there is also a wild card that is also being played out there. Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General, has grown horns, and probably he could be also another figure that we will look at that might try his luck in that particular seat. So a lot is playing in politics. I don't know whether it is speculation about Sifuna, but Sifuna has not come out very strongly that he wants that particular seat. But the Luya community is really pushing Sifuna to go for that particular seat. And again, he is popular among the youth. Now, with Sifuna and Babu Owino on the race, I think they might both lose. One of them has to step aside for the other. So these are very popular leader. Babu Owino is very popular. Sifuna is also very popular. So let us wait and see. There is also a lot of stories about the Luya community. George Aladwa seems to be commanding the votes in the Luya community in Nairobi. So I don't know how this will play. Aladwa is a staunch supporter of Raila Odinga, and just a few days ago he really criticized Sifuna not to antagonize the ODM political party. If he's tired, he should he should move out of the ODM political movement. And remember, Ozifuna is the Secretary General of ODM. Yeah, Sifuna is now in a lot of trouble with the big wigs in ODM, and most likely he is likely going to be kicked out of the party if he persistently criticizes the party's position in regards to the broad-based government. So a lot is going to happen within ODM. Then there's that I said about that wild card that the ODM secretary has grown in a stature that might be eyeing the governor's seat himself. But with this recent position of ODM's unity with UDA, is he being slowly edged out of the political circles? I think Sifuna is slowly being edged out of political circles of ODM. And finally, let's not forget UDA's stake in Nairobi. President William Ruto party is unlikely to sit back and let ODM take control of the city. Could we see a powerful UDA candidate emerge to challenge both Kidero and ODM and their candidates? Now we wait to see. We wait to see because one thing I know for sure is that this race is not over. This race is not over. I mean, this the only candidate I'm sure that will have a lot of easy time is Babu Owino. Babu Owino cuts across in both ethnicities. He has got support in Kikuyu community, he has support in Luo community, he has support in Kamba community. In the multilingual city of Nairobi, where we have almost everybody, people would rather go for Babu Owino. And if the young people go come out in large numbers, they will definitely, Babu Owino will carry the day. I don't know much about Sakaja really retaining that particular seat, but Sakaja has really grown unpopular among the city residents. He is not their candidate of choice, meaning in terms of revenue collection, is not doing a good job in the city. So Nairobi politics is open, and any of these candidates, there are many, any of these candidates. One, I don't want to forget about Tim Wanyonyi, who tried the other day, but again, Baba prevailed and told him, Hapana, you leave this seat for the guy who lost. Is called I've forgotten his name. The Azimio candidate who lost to Sakaja. I really forget. I think I'm growing old. I need to remember some of these names. But I'll remember his name. I'll tell you. If you're in the comment section, please, if you remember the guy, the young man who lost to Sakaja, please remind me of his name. I've forgotten his name. Now look at Gakuo. Gakuo is also somebody that could be eyeing this seat, and I don't know his support base. Could it be coming from the Jubilee political party, or could it come coming from the Kikuyu community? But if they go that direction, the tribal direction of Kikuyus fielding their candidate, Luyas fielding their candidate, and Luos fielding a candidate for this particular position, or ODM fielding a candidate in this particular position, then the candidate that will emerge is the candidate that is supported by Gen Zs. And as you can see among these faces, the only person who can be supported by the young people of Kenya today, I can tell you for free, take it to the bank, is one Babu Owino. Babu Owino will emerge victorious if all these maintain the traditional base and the voting blocks that they have always maintained. If they don't go out to look for the votes, then they are likely, I can tell you, they are likely going to lose because 2027 is a totally different election. This is an election where people are coming with a lot of grudges. I believe Gachagua will be having a big say in the Nairobi gubernatorial race. And probably if he throws his weight behind any of these candidates, whether they are independent or not, then that candidate will give Sakaja a run for his money. So never rule Gachagua out of the politics. He has consolidated the Kikuyu base, uh, the Kikuyu voting bloc, and they are going to reclaim their position in Nairobi. What I don't know is if they can field or they can support a candidate that is not Kikuyu. So we wait and see. If they support one of their own, then definitely they are going to lose that that particular seat. But if they go for a candidate like Sifuna, Babu Owino, then I can tell you, uh, Bwana Sakaja anarudi nyumbani mapema kabisa. So those are some of the things that I'm seeing are going to happen in Nairobi politics. As I told you, if you're coming from Vihiga, hizo masehemu za Luanda, that's a done deal. Bwana Otsotsi already has the ticket and the blessing of uh, Baba, who commands uh, a big support in Vihiga. So the gubernatorial race, unless ukuja na independent or a UDA ticket to face Otsotsi, it will be a very, very tight race between maybe an ODM candidate and a UDA candidate. But I don't see that happening because these people are in collaboration. They are working together. So there are some seats that they will decide. Some seats that, if the unity continues without any breakups, then definitely they will decide on the seats that UDA will pick and ODM will pick at the end of the day. So some we wait to see, and you viewers out there, please, 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 make sure that you follow and subscribe on Afrik and leave a comment on this particular session of 60 minutes. I know we have not been airing this particular session, but we have revived it since a lot of workload has gone down, and we will be bringing you all the counties and the possible opponents, and probably we might give you the probability of your candidate winning in the gubernatorial races. If you've got a county that you feel that we need to analyze, please give us a shout. Put it in the comment section. We will analyze for you that particular county plus the nitty gritties. Also, we will also emphasize on the development record of course, of the governor who is sitting. Because one thing that we have to really emphasize here on Afrik is that apart from the presidency, we have got these other seats which are occupied by governors. You have seen a lot of so many youths going out there talking about corruption, what is happening in the counties, because the counties are very, very important to us, we citizens of Kenya, because devolved government, that is the smallest unit where development is taken from the national government, money goes direct to the grassroots. But if it is misused the way most counties are misusing this money, some of them are using it for luxury, some of them are doing so well with that money, but most of them, I can tell you, 90% of the governors are doing a terrible job with the money that they have been given. They cannot really account for the development that is happening in their area. So that is something that we need to talk about. We need to rise up. We need to rise up and talk about with some of those things that are happening. Another thing is the ODM internal battle. Uh, we have seen so much battle that is going on. I think a lot of it maybe does not come to camera, but whenever they are given a microphone, then you realize that Edwin Sifuna, speaking in rallies, is really castigating the ODM party for working with UDA. He has come out publicly to say that UDA cannot win the elections and ODM should not work with UDA. His argument that ODM is compromising its values by working with a political party that has lost his grassroots support is sad. So we wait to see uh, whether he will survive. But his stance hasn't been received very well by the party elite. Raila Odinga has remained firm that the broad-based government approach and distance himself from those arguments. Within ODM, the heat is boiling. You know, the heat is it's hot inside there. It's very very hot, and they can feel the heat. The party officials are feeling the heat. There's a lot of happening. You saw James Orengo coming out the other day, saying that the ODM stand, is one of something that he doesn't subscribe to. So even me, I followed James Orengo's politics, and you viewers out there can tell me between James Orengo and Gladys Wanga, who is more senior, who has really fought for the party and the ideals of the party. Yeah, so there's some things that the ODM party is doing, and it's just to sideline somebody with a different ideology. But I think James Orengo is a leader who is very, very principled. He believes he has got his ideals. Leadership is about things that you believe in. He could be having some weaknesses, but he has got ideals and principles that he believes in. That sometimes when ODM is doing this, he has the moral authority to correct what is wrong. You can't stand when you're just seeing things going wrong in any situation. Yeah, you can't stand. Kenyans have got this habit. You're seeing a friend being mugged up there. You stand and watch. It's not your business, and that is the problem in our society today. When you see something wrong, when you see something wrong, let us develop a culture of pointing it out. Let us develop a culture of pointing it out. So, guys, let us stay engaged a lot in this particular forum. There is a lot. Maybe you are missing in the political scene, or maybe you've got something that you want to share with me. Please do share it on the comment section. I will make sure that we discuss it, we hear it. And this is one of the most neutral platforms that you can ever be. We have got a live broadcast that comes almost on a daily basis. You can jump in, say whatever you want to say politically. If your member of parliament is not doing so well, come here, talk about it. Maybe they are going to improve on service delivery to the people. Otherwise, tonight we have unpacked some of the biggest political battles shaping up in Kenya. In Nairobi, I told you Dr. Evans Kidero could be staging a dramatic return, but does he have what it takes to challenge the current leadership? I leave that question to you out there. If you think that Dr. Evans Kidero has what it takes to challenge the current leadership, the leadership of one Sakaja, Mr. Dimples, as they call him. In Vihiga, Baba has already spoken, amesha salimia Otsotsi. So Otsotsi, yeah, he can run to the nearest bank and get a loan. He will be the next governor. for Vihiga. But I leave it to the voters of Vihiga whether they agree on ODM imposing a leader on them, or they wanted them a free and fair nomination process so that they can choose somebody that that they want and somebody who is development oriented. So I leave it to you, the people of Vihiga, to make that particular decision. Maybe you'll make it in 2027, yeah, but please do it peacefully. Here on Afrique, we emphasize on peace, love, and unity. And within ODM itself, the cracks are starting to show. With Sifuna at odds with the party's direction, could we see a leadership shakeup? Yes, there will be a very major leadership shakeup within ODM. And if Baba wins the AUC seat, that could flip so many things. So many people will now come out strongly and oppose candidates. There will be many, many, many candidates coming out and opposing ODM candidates in Nyanza and in Western region, because there will be nobody to inua mtu mkono na kuambia vote for this particular person. So that is why if why most of the politicians I talk to, most of the politicians who are really serious in helping their people, they're telling you, hey, Mzalendo, we really want to pray that Mzee wins this seat, because if he comes back, um, it will just be, business as usual. The status quo will always remain. We will not get new leaders. So if he goes, then we'll be able to change all of these leaders who are doing a lot of nothing within for their constituents. So that is what people are saying. If you are a leader who is serving the 13th parliament, which we have always analyzed here as one of the most useless parliaments, which was fired by the Gen Zs on the other day. Then Olewako, there is a mop that is coming to clean the swamp. So be worried if you are in the 13th parliament. Most of you, I can assure you, 50% will go, will definitely go, and will get a new crop of leaders. One thing that is very, very clear, the political chessboard is shifting, and the moves being made today will determine the Kenyans' leadership in 2027. When you see Kalonzo and his group outside there, that is what the coalition. Those are the coalitions that are trying to shape up. Now we have also have a new kid on the block, Matiangi, not forgetting the likes of Kina Morara. These coalitions, they have to form a coalition to face William Ruto. But if they face them separately as separate entities, na kuambia mtoto wa Sogoi atawakanyaga, he will crush you. He will crush most of you. If you go at yo, mimi ni Matiang'i, mimi ni Morara, mimi ni Kalonzo, mimi ni who else wants to run for president? Mimi ni Wajakoya. Oh my God. Uh, asubuhi na mapema, you will be losing that election. Guys, thank you for joining me on 60 Minutes with Mzalendo, your trusted platform for hard-hitting political analysis. Don't forget to follow us on Afrique24 for more updates, and let's keep the conversation going online. I am Mzalendo. Good night and good morning. Na muende mjenge inchi, and next time ask where your taxes are being taken. Otherwise, thank you very, very much. See you later in the evening for yet another show with one Kimanzi. Asante sana and have a good morning.